Minnesota Vikings first round pick wide receiver Jordan Addison finally signs his contract. We got the details. Rookie minicamp weekend has concluded, and it started with Jordan Addison not having a contract. Now, obviously, I think he's the 13th of the 31 rookies to sign his rookie contract.
Yeah,
And I know they said a lot of the ones that don't sign, they do sign some sort of like insurance agreement, basically, that basically makes it so if they get hurt during practices and stuff at minicamp, that they get some financial compensation, obviously, but it's a big step to get that rookie contract signed. And finally, rookie wide receiver Jordan Addison got his contract. As we said, Will Raggets gave us the details. We're going to get into those here.
Before we do that, though, I want to thank everybody for watching GG Sports podcast of Minnesota Vikings. Hit the subscribe button, hit the bell, get notifications for more of our videos, all that good stuff. Let's jump into this right away on Jordan Addison, our new wide receiver 1B. And I feel confident saying that.
Yeah, absolutely. So obviously from Tom Pelissero, the Vikings have signed number 23 overall pick Jordan Addison. Per source, that makes 13 of the 31 picks already under contract. As I said, Will Raggets of Sports Illustrated did give us a breakdown of the contract. And obviously not like a breakdown, but just kind of what we know now from the base dollars. 4-year deal for Addison worth $13.7 million. A figure determined by his draft slot 3 years from now. Vikings have the ability to pick up his 5th-year option for the 2027 season. And obviously he says when it comes to rookie contracts for first round picks, there is something to go like, well, the money is kind of based on placement. Right. You can negotiate other aspects, which is why it takes longer than others for some to get signed. But the biggest part of this is wide receiver Jordan Addison is officially a Minnesota Viking. Is on the team, on the roster, signed, ready to compete, ready to get out there. Like you said, be that wide receiver 1B. With Justin Jefferson.
We should just sign that 5th year right now.
Right?
Sign that 5th year right now. No messing around. No waiting to the last second like we do with Justin Jefferson. We gotta sign them both long term instantly. I feel it.
But obviously, Jordan Addison off to a hot start. Rookie minicamp, as I said, as we mentioned earlier, did just conclude, and Kevin O'Connell basically came out and said like, he looks like he's way ahead of where we expect him to be as a rookie. Came in, they said you can see his shiftiness, you can see what made him such a great wide receiver at Pitt, and then subsequently at USC. And if nothing else, like this, I know it's just rookie minicamp and stuff, like no pads, 7-on-7 stuff, like whatever. But man, if this ends up being what we think it's going to be, this offense could be dangerous.
Right. And we released a short, and I mentioned this in there, so you all should go check it out, especially if you're not subscribe, and then go check out the short that we made. But that's the thing. Yeah, I mean, I get it. Like, it's just mini rookie camp. You know, you shouldn't be too surprised our first round rookie has came in and been impressive in such a I guess low, without the pads and all that stuff. There's just not a lot going on there. But that being said, I mean, we've heard probably more often than not, like when someone asks like, oh, how did the first round rookie do or whatever, it's usually nothing. Like they usually kind of dodge the question a little bit. Or, I mean, sometimes you'll hear like, oh, he's still learning and has to learn the offense, like all those types of things. Not very often do you hear someone just come out and be like, this is exactly what we were hoping for. So it's like, so that's a really good sign, I think. I can't think of a lot of players where you hear that from. We didn't hear it for Treadwell. I know that for sure. I know we did hear it for Justin Jefferson. We might have heard it for Stephon Diggs. I don't remember that for sure, but he's a 5th round pick, so that's a little bit different. So I even though, obviously that's a small step with rookie minicamp, we'll learn a lot more in training camp, but it definitely is a good step in the right direction that we are happy with our picks. It's obvious that we are happy with that pick of Jordan Addison already. So I'm excited, man.
And you look at where he's gonna fit in. I mean, he's gonna come in and automatically, I think he will compete for that wide receiver 2 spot. Yeah. I think it's gonna be him and KJ kind of going neck and neck for that.
Right.
And then you got Jalen Naylor there. You got Jalen Reagor still on this roster. So that wide receiver room went from looking pretty bare, even when Adam Thielen was still on the roster before the release happened. Like, you're still looking at it like, dang, we don't have that legitimate number 2 receiver. But now you're looking at it like there's depth up and down that receiver room. And toss in TJ Hawkinson. Yeah. Like, this offense, man, this offense
Yeah,
has the potential. If everything goes well, if the offensive line holds up, if Jordan Addison turns out to be what we think he's going to be, and if Kirk
right,
Cousins can just
right.
keep slinging it, this offense has a chance to be really, really good.
Yeah, and you add Oliver in there, especially a player that's already coming in as a really good blocker, but a lot of people think he has a lot more potential in the passing game as well. That's another weapon. Jalen Reagor, even though he kind of disappointed us with his lack of commitment on those passes at the end of the year, I still think we were misusing him, or at least could have used him more in like sweeps and these little gadget type of plays, because I do think he has athleticism for that. So I like he could be a surprise cut on this team, but I do think there still could be a spot of it for him on this roster, because I do think he does something that no one else on our team can do. Maybe Addison will be. I don't think he's as fast, or I don't think Addison is as fast as Jalen Reagor, but I think he's just as shifty, if not more than shifty. So maybe we can see Addison playing that role a little bit. But yeah, so I still think there's spot for him on this roster, and we got like you mentioned, Jalen Naylor, man. I mean, we still got he's the bigger speed demon type of dude that we wanted from this draft. If it was best case scenario, we got. I don't think there's a wide receiver that in this draft that was better than Jordan Addison, in my opinion. I know we were talking about Hyatt because he's just that kind of player that we thought would fit well across from Justin Jefferson, because with Jordan Addison, we just got another route running guy. If I was going to pick two skill sets from a wide receiver that I would want to see on an offense, I would pick two. If they were going to be this kind of similar players, I would pick route runners, because that just means you can create separation and get open. And other than that, other than catching the actual ball, I think that's the second best thing you can know how to do at that position. Well, so I think we're all right there.
Yeah, and you even look at Jalen Reagor, like that's kind of what he was coming out of college, like just kind of like the straight line speed guy, and look how that's turned out so far for him.
Right,
you know?
right, yeah, because those guys are probably the biggest boomer bust out of anybody. And just back to the Jalen Naylor part, though, is we might have that guy on our roster already. If we see a step forward with Jalen Naylor, and we know like Dave with Minnesota Sports Talk, go check him out. Subscribe to his channel as well as everybody else in the group. Purple and Gold for Days, Purple Pocket Podcasts, Purple and Gold Media. Go check all the channels out and subscribe. But just like Dave was saying, he's a big Jalen Naylor fan, and I am kind of with him. Like, he could be that diamond in the rough that we already have on our team. I think of any of these players, Jordan Addison is going to be the most obvious. Like, we want him to be wide receiver too. But Jalen Naylor is like the guy. We don't know what we have in him yet. What if he could add an element to this offense? We just don't even know, because we've seen some good things from him last preseason. The limited playing time he had during the regular season, second highest PFF grade of all wide receivers in football. Obviously very limited, but still. So I mean, if he takes a step forward, who knows? That could just be a massive weapon. And same with Oliver. And if he can take a step in passing game and stuff like that, I mean, Kirk Cousins is going to have unlimited amount of weapons, man. It's going to be crazy.
And all of this in the second year under Kevin O'Connell. So like where, the offense is going to grow, as well as Kevin O'Connell himself as a play caller and as a head coach, he will grow as well.
Yes, that's a great point.
And I personally think Jordan Addison is going to fit nicely into that, just because of how welcoming of a coach and an offense that this is for him.
Yep.
Like I don't know, man. I just see unlimited potential. Let's end this off. I know we've done it on some streams. I don't think we've done it on a video yet. Let's get into some stat predictions for Jordan Addison his rookie season. What are you thinking?
Predictions.
What are you thinking?
I think you're a really good point with Kevin O'Connell. I think that's something that a lot of people, especially media sources who are saying that we're going to have like an 8-9 record and all that stuff, is all these guys played under Kevin O'Connell for one single year. All these players have changed offensive coordinators pretty much every single year. So this will be like the first time since Kirk Cousins has been here that we've had the same guy running the offense. So I think that's a big step forward. And I do think that's going to be huge for Jordan Addison, as well, as you were saying. I love your prediction about what he saw at USC his last season of 800 something yards, and what he had, like 8 touchdowns.
Yeah,
I think that's a fantastic. He could beat that. It'll be hard to see, but no matter what, he's the guy behind Justin Jefferson. Justin Jefferson, of course, he should have the most yards and everything, and he's going to be the Robin to Justin Jefferson's Batman. So it's hard to believe that he's just going to come in his rookie year and our offense would have to go crazy for him to beat 1,000 yards too, but it's definitely not impossible. And with TJ Hawkinson in there as well. And I'm assuming I wouldn't be surprised if Hawk gets 800 yards himself.
Absolutely. Yeah, but I mean, I don't know, man. Just excited to get Jordan Addison in this offense. I know you are. We want to know what you guys think. Let us know what you think of the Jordan Addison contract in the comment section. What are his stats going to be this upcoming season? And we'll see you guys next time on the GG Sports Podcast.
Skol Vikes.